Humeral shaft fractures are caused by direct trauma or indirect forces, such as falls, accidents, or twisting stress. Proximal humerus fractures, including 3- and 4-part fractures. Pathological or comminuted fractures, and nonunions. Distal humeral fractures amenable to intramedullary fixation. Diaphyseal and segmental fractures of the humerus. Fractures with compromised soft tissue, where open plating would be contraindicated. Pre-contoured design aligns naturally with the humerus for accurate fracture stabilization. Cannulated, interlocking structure supports proximal and shaft fracture patterns. Allows both static and dynamic fixation for versatile surgical use. Minimally invasive approach reduces soft tissue trauma and speeds recovery. Position the patient in a beach chair with the arms supported. Radiographic ruler is used to determine the suitable nail diameter. Mark the anterolateral entry point on the humeral axis. Insert a 2 mm K-wire at the marked point. Use a curved awl over the K-wire to create the entry hole. Break the proximal cortex and remove the awl and K-wire. Insert the 1.8 mm guide rod into the canal. Measure nail length using measuring device over the guide rod. Switch the guide rod to a guide wire with ball tip using Teflon pipe guide. Use a flexible reamer with a suitable reamer head to ream the canal over the guide wire. The nail shaft may vary between 6 to 9 mm, while the nail head remains fixed at 11 mm. Replace the reamer head with the 11 mm reamer head and create a wider opening. Assemble the selected nail and humeral target B with the 101 mm connecting screw M7 using an 11 mm socket wrench. Attach distal target D to humeral target B. Insert the two 3.5/4.5 mm set blocks into the slider holes to align the slider with the distal hole of the nail. Lock the slider using a 3.5 mm hex screwdriver. Remove the hex screwdriver, set blocks, and distal target D. Attach the impactor extractor rod to humeral target B. Glide the nail into the canal over the guide wire. Seat the nail by tapping the impactor extractor rod with a mallet. Gently tap to achieve the final nail position. Remove the mallet and detach the impactor extractor rod. Reattach distal target D without altering slider position. Insert the 6.5/9 mm protective guide into the proximal slider hole. Use a 6.5 mm trocar through the protective guide to mark the drill point. Following are the set of instruments used as per nail selection. Nails diameters, 6 mm and 7 mm, 6.5/2.8 mm drill guide, 2.8 mm drill with scale and 3.5 mm locking bolts. Nails diameters, 8 mm and 9 mm, 6.5/3.5 mm drill guide, 3.5 mm drill with scale and 4.5 mm locking bolts. Remove trocar, insert the 6.5/3.5 mm drill guide for the 8 mm nail. Drill a 3.5 mm bicortical hole through the nail using 3.5 mm drill bit. Remove the drill bit and guide. Use the screw length measuring device through the protective guide to determine the correct locking bolt length. Insert the appropriate length 4.5 mm locking bolt using a 3.5 mm hexagonal screwdriver. Repeat drilling and insert the second distal 4.5 mm locking bolt. Remove distal target D. Insert the 6.5/9 mm protective guide in the compression marked hole on humeral target B. Mark the drilling point with a 6.5 mm trocar. Insert 6.5/3.5 mm drill guide through the protective guide for proximal screw. Drill a 3.5 mm unicortical hole in the humeral head using 3.5 mm drill bit. Remove the drill bit and drill guide. Measure length for proximal screw using screw length measuring device. Insert appropriate 4.5 mm proximal screw using a 3.5 mm hexagon screwdriver. Detach the nail from the humeral target B using socket wrench. Insert and advance the compression screw to reduce fracture. Tighten the compression screw using a 3.5 mm hexagon screwdriver. Stop once full fracture compression is achieved. Procedure completed using Auxein's intramedullary cannulated humerus nail. Early passive and active assisted shoulder and elbow motion as tolerated. Immobilization only for comfort, avoid prolonged sling use. Regular follow-up X-rays to monitor fracture alignment and healing. Avoid heavy lifting or impact activities until solid radiographic union.